Okay. Well, things are looking slightly iffy, and there's a deadline. There's a serious deadline that we are going to have to pay attention to. Really, really, really pay attention to. Because there's a serious deadline that a lot of people aren't talking about, a lot of people don't know, and pretty much everything I've said yesterday to the point. I mean, we will look through the exact numbers right now, but I was literally 0.4% off the exact target that I was talking about. Now, could we go down further? Yeah, we could go down further, but I'm ultimately expecting. Well, let's get into it, and we can go through the whole thing, because there's a lot more intricacies to this than normal. We have to balance a lot of things to really be able to understand exactly what is happening, because right now we have some real escalations going on at this present moment. Like, things are escalating in a manner where it's going to start to affect the market in a way people are not going to like. And I pretty much have a timeline of events here. I pretty much know exactly what's going to be happening and where it's going to be happening. But I will say this to everyone that's here, right? And everyone that is watching this live and everything else like that. I will be doing every other live on the Alpha Hunters group from now on. As much as I enjoyed giving you guys as much free alpha as possible, but I'm going to have to move over there because it doesn't allow me. I mean, last time on the Tickety Talk, I got another strike because someone complained. So I can't risk doing all this kind of stuff and giving you all these things, and while there are people who are doing things that are, you know what I mean, that are trying to spoil it for everyone else. So I will be doing streams every other one. So today I'll do it here. Tomorrow I will be doing it on the Alpha Hunters group, and it can go from there. Jam just complained on TT doing the same thing to him. Yeah, it's just how it is. So and the thing is, my Discord is free, right? It's the Alpha Hunters and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to do that, the links are there. You guys can check it out. It's going to be for everyone. So, and it's a really good community anyway. You check it out. It's Alpha Hunters. You join it through the WAP, right? It's a free activation that you can do. But basically, that's the situation of where it is. They're just... So you're going to be moving where? Sorry, I didn't match. So I have a Discord group called Alpha Hunters, right? And I'll be doing the streams there. Every other stream I will be doing that. So today I'll do it here, and tomorrow I will do it on the Alpha Hunter stream. And I'll still load it up to the tube. Don't get me wrong. I'll load it up to the tube. But yeah, the Tickety Talk is... You know, I've already had one of my accounts banned for human trafficking and impersonation of myself. So it's very, very touchy on what's going on. So I'm just being straight for everyone here. And, you know, the amount of stuff I give, I mean, it really doesn't cost you anything. It's literally just going to be there. You just go in, you know, sign up. It's absolutely free, and you can go from there. And there's like a whole bunch of stuff there for you guys. You know what I mean? Don't stop for us. What do you mean? Don't stop for you? Yeah. So where is your Discord? It's on my bio. It's called WAP. You'll see WAP on it. It says WAP. WHOP. It's an application site that I'll show you. Look. Oh, I don't know if I can show you on. Oh yeah, TikTok doesn't allow me to show my own page on TikTok for some reason, so I can't do that. But if you go there, you'll see that there's a link tree with the Alpha Hunters on there. In fact, I might from now on just turn it into the WAP so everyone can see it from there. So I'm going to be in there doing it. WHOP. I tried to connect to WAP to Discord and it wouldn't let me. You need to do it on the what's it called, desktop. So if you're on your phone, you have to turn the WAP into desktop mode, and it works. Any comment, message me, I'll help you get there if you need it. Yeah, it's very, very simple. The link, if anyone wants to understand where it is, let me show you. Let me show you where that link is. Oh, can't start. Let me show you this before we get into it. As I said, today's going to be a bit of a short one. Being extremely busy today. It's tired. I'm actually super duper tired today. All right. Where are we? So when you go to my channel here, let me show you. But you guys can't see it on the Tickety Talk. Everyone on the YouTube will know. It's just on. It's on my links. There's no point in me showing because you can't see it. I'm not allowed to show you on TikTok, so you just have to see it. It's there. It's this. You go in Linktree and you see Alpha Hunters, and you'll see it there. Now. What is going on in the market at this present moment? There is some serious things going on, right? And there is a time limit on this serious thing. And the implication of that is pretty much time-wise coming to the exact same moment. I mean, the exact same time and moment of what I was talking about for ages, right? How I said that I think this month is going to be relatively good. And then next month, we might have a serious pullback. And I'm going to give you guys the reason why that is. And it's going to be a bit of a timeline that we go through, right? It's going to be a bit of a story that's going to happen, and what I'm going to explain to you exactly what's going on. And you guys can see from there, yeah? So we can we can understand and extrapolate what is going on. Now, why is there only 40 people on here? Is it because of the thing that I got? It's a shit, whatever. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so the name of the game at this present moment is, hello, Crypto Sading. The name of the game at this moment is Escalation. And boy, are things escalating in the conflict. And it's getting to a point. Remember when I showed you this the other day? By the way, if anyone wants to see what's on my screen, you guys can, where is it here? Where'd it go? If anyone wants to see what's on my screen, you can go here to that one there, and you can actually see what's on my screen. Nice Solana training called. Yeah, I know. It was a massive one. That was a huge one. Evening, Chief. Nice studio. Thanks so much, Lone Granger. Anyway, anyone that's new here, again, I will be doing lives alternating between YouTube and the Discord, which you can go through the Linktree and WAP. And we're going to be so I'll be doing it there. So if you guys can watch it, because TikTok gave me another strike today. And you can tell by the viewership is at 38 people on here. It's crazy. Now, what are we talking about? Right. So remember I showed this. By the way, if you want to see what's on the screen, you can go to the thing. Remember I showed this, and I said that Qatar shut an LNG plant. It looks like this conflict can go on for longer, and it looks like Iran has prepared itself to go on as long as it's humanly possible. And if it's trying to go on as long as humanly possible, we get to two key factors that will explain why we are getting oil doing silly things like this. Oil is doing some silly things right now, and it's getting to worrying levels. Because if we start getting into, I'm going to get to that. So this is extremely worrying. And the reason why this is worrying is because of this fact here, right? This is the fact that is the problem. And it is this. Only you guys, as I said, on the tube can see it. So if you guys want to go, you can go and check it out there. This is the problem. One by one of these countries are starting are getting to a storage problem because the boats are not passing the Strait of Hormuz or Hummus or whatever anyone wants to say. And because it's not passing the Straits of Hormuz, we have a storage problem. The storage is getting filled up at an exponential level. And the moment it gets to a point, there is an impasse point where they will stop producing. And the moment that these companies and countries stop producing is when everything, and I mean everything, starts to go very, very bad. Like really, really bad. Because I'm going to explain this to you. This closing, if we look at some reports, by the way, guys, and if you want to see it, I'm going to show it to you. If we look at JP Morgan, they produced a report, right? And they are giving 25 days. The Gulf states have 25 days to start moving those ships. Otherwise, every single country that produces oil and gas will have to stop production. And that's why the USA has said that they look to end this war within 25 days. They know what's coming, right? And the thing is, right, JP Morgan, I'll show you another as well. So we'll go to Yahoo here. That congregates a lot of financial companies, right? JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs are looking to see oil jump by a minimum, an absolute minimum of $18 at this present moment. We are in a scenario where oil is becoming a bit of a problem. And it's... Why is that there? Oh, yeah, it is there. It's supposed to be there. Good. Oil is becoming a bit of a problem. And that problem is only going to increase the cost of oil. And then this is where the... Why is yours? I'm not sad. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. As I said, anyone wants to say that we can go from there. Oil is going to get to a point. What, the charts here on TikTok? Yeah. The charts here. But actually what I'm showing is not on TikTok. It's on the tube. TikTok gave me a strike the other day because I was showing this stuff to you. So I can't do that anymore. And I'm going to be slowly alternating between lives on the Discord, on the Alpha Hunters Discord, WAP, and what's going on here and on the tube. I'll still be uploading onto the tube, but it's going to be mainly here. Now, what this will do, right, in 25 days is that Goldman Sachs is saying that the price of oil is going to go up by about $18, right? Let me put this back so we can start getting into it. It's going to go up by 8. Why is this not working? 1 second. All right. Is anyone typing on the tube?
There's an easy way to get
Let me just show you this. Can you see that on my yeah, it's okay. Okay, it's working. Yeah, so that's 25 days and $18. It looks like they're looking to be pushing up the price of oil by $18. Now, if we start getting into a point where oil moves up by $18, which would make it at, would it be, say $100? I mean, $18, yeah, $100. If it gets, to be honest, this is my key thing. If oil starts to break above that $95 level, two things are going to happen. The chat does work. I can see it now. Two things are going to happen. And this is going to be how I'm going to play this market, right? Because a lot of people will look at the charts and this and the other and everything. Yeah, charts will do well. And we're getting an absolutely, I mean, it's just diabolical. I said yesterday, if it closed below this line here, we're going to be going down. It closed below that. And we did a monster short the Alpha Hunters group. Absolutely world-class short. We caught pretty much the whole move. Like, that's where we shorted from. We pretty much got the whole move. And this thing could go down all the way down to the $82 still. I'm still in the short, so you understand. It could go all the way down. Now, what the situation of this is going to do is that as oil goes up, inflation is going to go up, right? It is an almost foregone conclusion inflation is going to go up because oil is the number one factor in about probably 150 different items that all affect inflation. Everything of it is going to start going up. Now, this is the strange part, right? And let me just take this off. I think I deleted. Okay, all right. This is the thing that's super duper important to keep in your mind, right? If we look at the actual trajectory of inflation at this present moment, right? If we look at the trajectory of inflation at this present moment, yeah, we're increasing, right? There is a month-on-month increase that's going on at this present moment. Month-on-month increase, month-on-month understanding of what's going on. And what people don't get is that these oil prices are not going to affect. They're not going to affect inflation in the next print. It's going to start to affect inflation in the print afterwards. And the thing is, right, the chance of a rate cut at this present moment, right, Fed watch. The chance of a Fed rate cut at this present moment is basically zero. They're not going to be cutting in the next Fed meeting. They're just not going to cut. And more importantly, we have a extremely important print. Come on. We have an extremely important print coming in. CPI print coming in on Wednesday, on the 11th. So what we might see, and this is where things get a bit scary, right? We will most probably see something somewhat muted in the CPI right now, right? It'll be somewhat muted on the CPI right now. I don't expect it to be too wild, but the one afterwards is going to be bad. If this war lasts more than 25 days, the effect on inflation is going to be massive. This is where we start getting into the really, really weird and interesting stuff. If the effect on the war is going to affect inflation to that level, it means it's going to push the CPI print to the next one, which will probably be in April. Yeah, I think it's in April. April. That's going to come in bad. And then after that, in June, we have Kevin Walsh coming in. Kevin Walsh is going to be coming in at that point. And if we see the next print showing inflationary numbers, the one after that increasing inflation, and we get Kevin Walsh, who is a renowned hawk, and Trump possibly wanting him to cut, he might need to raise interest rates. I just want this to settle in very clearly to everyone. I want it to settle in and to understand the effect of what that will do. It will crash the market. If the Fed starts raising interest rates, and if this war continues more than 25 days, the cost to the world will be spectacular. I just want it to be very clear here, right? We're all happy that the markets are pumping and stuff like that. Yahoo Yeah, yeehaw, right? We're on the yeehaw stage of everything else. Let's go moment, right? But I'm just want to tell you that if this goes on longer than then you start seeing oil refineries shut, and when it starts shutting, it is game over. I mean, it's very, very serious with you guys. This is look. No one is talking about this, right? I just want everyone to understand that, right? No one is talking about that, but we're going to play it. We're going to play this like an expert playing a guitar. People in the Alpha Hunter group are going to do some very, very nice things in these coming weeks, because everyone is going to get very, very excited soon, because I genuinely expect this market to recover very quickly. I think we might be on the verge. We might be on the verge of a it didn't hit. Oh, that's a shame. We might be on the verge of a retest of the prior range and then a continuation in this market. So I think everyone's going to get very, very happy soon, because we're still in a clear break of structure. Let me just move some of this stuff out the way. Why can't I do this? 1 second. Yeah, we're in a clear structure right now, right? We're in so 25 days from now, or when the conflict from now. 25 days from now is when we have. So basically to the end of the month. We have until the end of the month for this thing to end. Because if it doesn't end, it is going to be, I don't want to make you guys scared, but it's going to be terrifying for a lot of people. People are going to go, what is going on? Because oil shock, right? Oil shock is a world thing. It's a liquidity thing. And I bet my bottom dollar, the dollar is going up as well. I would be shocked. Yeah, there we go. I would be shocked. And more importantly, it is settling at a historic level of support. And I'm telling you, if it passes the $100 mark, with oil passing the $100 a barrel mark, things are gonna get very, very they're gonna get interesting, because I don't see the new Fed chair cutting, and I think he might raise interest rates if inflation gets to serious problems, which it probably will do. So how am I gonna play this? How are we going to play this, right? I still think short term, right? I still think short term. I don't a snack attack. I don't think they're going to cut. Believe me, when they get to a point when they're seeing inflation start to skyrocket again, I don't know how America is going to finish this conflict, because I'll tell you this, America might finish it, but I don't think Iran is going to. I don't think they're going to stop. I don't think they're going to stop. They may stop against America, but they're not going to stop against any of the other enemies. One especially, because at this present moment they're running out of interceptor material. I think is the best way to put it. They're fully running out of interceptor material, and it's a matter of attrition at this present moment. So this is where we're going. And if oil goes up to $100 a barrel, oil might go above $100 a barrel. JP Morgan says 120. They're thinking it's going to go to 120. Anything above 95 is very bad. Really, really bad. So how am I going to play this? I expect, right? And I'm going to look at Bitcoin especially, right? Let's look at Bitcoin right now. By the way, I'm still in this trade. I think this could go Like, so this is the number for the sol, by the way, right? I'm gonna look to see what the reaction of the 87.9 area is, right? This area here. If it breaks that, this thing is going down aggressively hard. In fact, this point here may be too short. It could go 50% of the retrace of this whole move. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But we'll see, right? If we look at Bitcoin, let's look at Bitcoin accordingly here, because that's going to be the key indicator of where we are. I'm expecting, I would say, by the time of the prior range, so this area here, I can't tell if that's a wick or a, 1 second, is that a wick? 1 second. Oh, that's too low. What am I doing? Yeah, no, about that. Yeah, could see that. I could see this going as low as this area here. I retested the prior range, right? Likely that is to, yeah, but I don't know even if they can finish it. Please, can you say the ranges I'm on TT tonight? Yeah, look, I'm gonna be putting all of this into the Alpha Hunters group, right? And as I said, for everyone that's here, I'm gonna be doing streams on there more and more and more, and not on here because TikTok is just, you know, on one with me. So and I think there's just these scammers that are just following me around and just reporting, and TikTok allows it. So yeah, so I think around that range, between the 70 to 69-ish, 69.9-ish area, between 69.9 and 69.5, I think could definitely be hit. But I will say this, that we have found support here, so we should see somewhat of a rally from here, because we'll see if this area here, to be that one or that one here, if this area around the 71 is broken, then we'll be rallying most probably. How do you join? It's just free. You just go to the my link, like Linktree, and go to Alpha Hunters. That's it. You just look for the Alpha Hunters there. It's really easy. Everything's free, so you guys understand. 71, if it breaks the 71.50, yeah, if it breaks that area around the 71.50-ish, 71.50 to 71.70, this thing will most probably go and have a larger continuation on to possibly even test. Just so you understand, this could be a real rally. That's why I'm going to say everyone's going to be very happy. We could potentially test this prior range around the 80, 89, genuinely, right? It genuinely, we could do that. Yeah, we really could do that. But the thing is, by the time Bitcoin reaches here, and I'm looking at Bitcoin, I'll look at total, that's very similar. This encompasses the majority of the market. I would say the effects of whatever's happening in this conflict will start to show fruition. And if we start to see more escalation, because it looks like this, right? It looks like America is looking to fund local militia to go in on the ground. And what worries me now, right? And this is when you get that lifetime opportunity, right? If America, I'm not even gonna say America, if Donald Trump gets to a point where he has no other choice but to put boots on the ground, that's real game over. That's actual game over, and everything will go below 40,000 on Bitcoin. But I think we have a pump first. And I'll say this, right? and I'll say this: bad stream. It's not a. What do you mean bad stream? Why is it a bad stream? Why is the quality not good? Is the quality good? Why is someone saying bad stream? It's good. All right. Okay. So it's good. Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, is he saying it's? Oh, right. Okay. Oh, bad news. All right. I was like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, we have to play, and that's why I'm saying giving a direction right now is very, very difficult, because giving a direction at this present moment, we are in a very key area right now. And it is pretty much decision moment right at this present. We found a beautiful support here, so continuation can definitely happen, right? But I will need to see confirmation of a certain level. Right now, it most likely we will see a rally, most likely, because when you see deviation below the daily opens, right? He just disagrees. Oh, he doesn't like my stream because he disagrees, or he doesn't like it because it's not good news. I can't tell anymore. Whatever, it's fine. I don't care. I'm just giving the news as it is, right? We have to play it as we are. We can't play with emotions. We have to play with facts and understandings. So yeah, I mean, we have found support at a really key area. This is where rally started in an area where we have strong support with three candles which show that it's good support, and we found that as well, 3 candle rally, and we've recovered an area of the daily open, which is great, right? These things are actually, I think that's Asia Open. Is it Asia Open? No, New York Open. So this is great. This is all great. So we've had that. This should have a form of rally going up. We should rally from here. In my humble opinion, there's a chance we could rally. But as the DXY starts rising and we start seeing oil start rising, we need to be very, very careful. And because this is a ticking cheese, right? It's a highly fermented brie cheese that, if cut, will cause extreme amounts of smell in the market, and no one likes a smelly market, right? So we have to be very careful with that. So, in my humble opinion, I think short term we're going to rally. We'll probably test these higher levels. It could even go as far as testing above the. I mean, it could even go up to like 75 and above. Because it didn't really hit 75, to be honest, is the number I was really looking at, because we didn't really tap that number. If we, okay, that's not the right way to do it. There we go. If we look at it, we didn't really tap the 50%. And usually what happens when a market doesn't do that, this is a bit of a trap, right? We have this sort of trap, come back and test the prior range and then accelerate from there. So everything is cheese. I'm getting confused now. Nothing's, but this is a different type of cheese. You know what happens when you cut the cheese? It's a bad thing, right? You don't want to cut the cheese. So we will most probably get a continuation from here. And at least, in my humble opinion, possibly to test the 75,000 area. Because that's the exact 50% retrace. Usually when you get a non-50% retrace from that point, it's a little bit of a pre-pullback before the actual acceleration. And this thing really could go and test these higher levels, right? Up to the prior range. We are primed for that at the moment, because as I said, short term, America is getting a massive injection of liquidity. Dollar is going through the roof. Liquidity is coming into safe havens. And on top of that, if you want to be in an industry where you can move money very quickly, we are in that industry, right? So we're going to be getting a lot of things moving in that direction, which is all good stuff, right? These are all really good things that we can see. But as I said, we have a ticking time. 25 days. This conflict goes beyond 25 days. You're going to start seeing oil production stop. Cut. Finito. It's not being produced anymore. And believe me, if you want me to give you an example of what that will do, right? If you want me to give you an example of what that would do, remember, You remember when everyone forgot about this? Remember when silver, when the amount of silver that was needed in the London Exchange was not available, when there wasn't enough silver to provide the demand for silver, what happened to this bad boy? Silver's used in a few things. Oil is used in everything. Everything. And it's not just oil, fertilizer, grain, everything stops. This is where we are right now, all right? And I don't want to be the bearer of scary news, but this is pretty scary news, right? We're in a pretty scary news situation. We just played the news as we see it, so we have to play it. So we're going to be doing there's going to be some wild swings. So we're going to be catching some amazing stuff on the Outfounders group, I'm assuming. So make sure that you guys are there and working on that side. And you can join at any time you want to. So that's the thing. This is a chain of events. We have Hormuz, oil storage is getting high. Oil production stopping. Inflation in the next print will be probably increasing, but not at the same level because we're going on an increasing level. What do you mean? What about Solana? What about Solana? And then moving on from there and adding on and adding on and adding on and adding on. And I just don't know. I don't know how America is going to get out of this. Because what they were expecting, Venezuela style, didn't happen. NATO providing hummus protection. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Even if they give protection, it doesn't matter. These oil companies do not want to risk it. They're still not going through. If you could, there are pages on Twitter, right? I'm supporting the first 5 people who messaged me through. God bless you. Okay, man. I don't know what that means, man. Honestly, just don't take advantage of. But is there any moderators in here? That'd be very much appreciated if there were moderators in there. But yeah, that's the thing that I will say, right? Be very, very careful of what's going on at this present moment. I still think, as I said, short term, great. Long term, this could get very, very ugly. Really, really. There's no mods tonight. All right, I guess I have to. There we go. Yeah, I guess I have to. I'll do that. So that's the thing. That's where we are. I'm not on this. Okay, yeah, it's fine. I'll make you mods as well. What's your thoughts on Bitcoin treasuries? What do you mean by Bitcoin treasuries? Everything I think will collapse when the war will start. Only physical fortune will be legit. We'll see. I mean, I don't think we're gonna go that far. Let's not go that far. What if none of these things happen and they agree on things and they stop this a whole mess? Then we will rally real hard, like really, really hard. Right now, we're in a pressure cooker situation, right? And the pressure is rising, and that pressure is 25 days. 25 days. The problem is right now, strategy and Mara, Gatherby, etc. Bitcoin treasury. Do you think they will run? You mean like the US having a Bitcoin's reserve treasury? Is that what you're trying to say? Just to be clear what you're talking about. Yeah. So as I said, we're in a pressure cooker with that. But I will say this. If the market really starts to go crazy, I will be buying large amounts. Because look, we need to look at history here, right? History is a no Bitcoin treasury stocks like micro. Oh right, you mean actual MicroStrategy stock? I wouldn't think of that. Why? Buy the real asset itself. Buy the asset itself. If you want allocate. Look, this is the thing, right? Mr. J, this is the best way to describe it for you, right? So this will be a description of yourself, so only you can answer this. Do you want allocation or do you want exposure? If you want exposure, then go through ETFs. Don't buy the company that's buying the asset where its value is dictated by the asset itself. There's no point, right? That only helps with institutional buyers that can't legally own the asset themselves or have the rails to do so. If you have the capability of owning the asset itself, always own the asset itself, in my humble opinion, because you have full control over it and there aren't any issues that you need to bear with. But if you are a if you don't have the knowledge or the understanding of this industry and how it works, and you're looking at it from the outside in, just go for an ETF. That's what I would say. What do you consider crazy? What is the average starting point for you? What do you mean by the average starting point? If you can be clear on that question, I don't quite understand what you mean by that. What do you mean by that question? What do you consider crazy? I don't know what you mean by that. ETF is better 212, no fees. Yeah, well, there you go. You can do it that way. I'm always a proponent of owning the asset themselves. Good. I don't. Can you write it in a sentence that makes sense? What do you consider crazy? What is the average starting point for you? Large amount. What asset? I don't understand what you mean, my man. I would say go for the big three. That's what I will be looking at. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. I'll be loading up as much as I can on that kind of stuff. What companies like Strategy have outperformed Bitcoin from top to bottom each run? But you're talking in the sense of that MicroStrategy usually outperforms the asset when things are moving. But I still like to go into it as the asset itself. There are a lot of companies that can outperform. But I would say Bitcoin in general, due to the direction, the path of where we're going, and where we will be soon, will be a generational buy event here. Because if we looked at the Fidelity report that came out, where they're looking at where we were looking at the actual value of Bitcoin itself, it's going to be astronomical. It's going to be astronomical if they're correct in any form or understanding on that side. There's a real chance that this thing can be out of this world. Any other questions? I'll be here to answer as many questions as anyone wants. As I said, today's going to be a bit more of a muted one. Oil just hit $80 and stocks are plummeting. Crypto isn't though. Crypto be good. Be good, crypto. Yeah, this as I said, 25 days. If oil starts continuing and gets above the 95, then you'll start seeing the pain in this market. What the panic? Bullish bias on oil? I think extremely bullish. I mean, but the thing is, it really is it's a war play, right? It will be very volatile as it's coming. If there's any news from Donald Trump, if you start seeing that the price of that start to plummet aggressively, you'd have to watch it a lot. It'd be very, very scary. It's better to go into oil before this happened. Right now, it'd be quite kind of somewhat scary for me to do so. If they managed to do Bitcoin runs to say 100K by 2027, then the stock will be 15x as a minimum. You mean MicroStrategy? Yeah, possible. I can see why you're saying that. Possible. We'll see. I still think the market is going to come after MicroStrategy. We'll see if this market really starts to get down to its lower levels. What will start happening there? I would not be surprised if MicroStrategy doesn't start to OTC its Bitcoin. How high altcoins can go on this relief rally? You can never really tell exactly how high they can go, but they can definitely go, right? I mean, there's when Bitcoin starts to really run. If it runs, alts will run as well. They're usually multiples. What the best way to do it is, they aren't going to let MicroStrategy own 5%. I can't see it either. The best way to do it, right, is to look at pairs, right? I'll show you. Let me show this to you guys. Pick a coin. Pick a coin. Do you have a starting DCA in spot or number wise? I would be, if it gets below 50, I'll start DCAing aggressively in a triangular fashion. There's something called averaging down. All right, let's look at Sui was the one. It doesn't matter. Oh, you said Sol. Look at the first one. It doesn't matter what it is, right? But let's just look at Sol, right? If we look at Sol, you can all do this, right? Do / BTC on the dollar. Okay, I get it. I can't do it on the lower time frames. I get it. If you look at this on the dollar, what this is showing is the strength of Sol against Bitcoin. In any asset that you're in, you need to compare it to the mother asset, I think is the best way to put it, right? The key indicator of that industry. So if you do Sol and then do / Bitcoin, you will see the strength of Sol against Bitcoin, right? And what happens is that if a coin has relative strength, where it means when Bitcoin is retracing, it means that this asset will not retrace as much. And when Bitcoin starts to run, it will have a multiple move on top of Bitcoin because of the way it is, right? So you just do that. Just go through your assets and look at that. So if you look at Solana right now, it's okay. It's not bad. It means that it's showing relative strength because we're seeing a increasing strength against against Bitcoin, which is a good thing. So you will see that when Bitcoin starts to rally, this will rally a lot quicker. Usually, Sol goes by 10% or whatever. But this is an indication of how you understand. Let's look at another one. Pick one. I don't know. You said Sui. Let's look at Sui. What's Sui up to? Let's see what Sui's relative strength is. All right. These are the type of things I'm going to start teaching people in the Outfounders group. Again, it's free. It's up to you guys. You guys don't have to join. Whatever. In fact, don't join. I don't want you guys to join. I'm going to close it anyway. I think by Monday, I'm going to close the free aspect to it because people are not understanding it, and it's just going to be paid from then on. Sui's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Look at that. Does that look like a good relative strength to you? That is on a clear downward trend. Clear. That clear downward trend. In fact, let's not even do it that way. Let's make it even clearer. All right. If you look at the trend of Sui, it's come on a completely downward trend. So when we look at what we're seeing right now, if Bitcoin drops, Sui's going to drop like a stone. Just look at it that way. I mean, it's showing some momentary relative strength as we're seeing it run up as Bitcoin is having a bit of a pullback. So there is some relative strength at this present moment, but that move is not a larger term relative strength. So this is very volatile to the price of Bitcoin. Chainlink. I'll look at Chainlink. I'll look at Chainlink and then I will end this stream as I'm super tired and no one's watching anyway. Like barely anyone's watching, so it doesn't matter. Where are we right now? Chainlink link. Where is link right now? Oh yeah. Where is link? Why can't I find Chainlink here? Can anyone see the link on this graph? I'm so tired today. I can't really think. Is anyone seeing it? Oh, I don't. And you know what? I'm just gonna add it. Whatever. There we go. All right, let's look at Chainlink. What? I just added. Just stop. All right, there we go. Right, link. Let's look at the relative strength of link to Bitcoin. Yeah, see, good. Link is good. Number 18. Yo, Alvarez, do you hold any altcoins? Yeah, I do hold Solana. I hold Solana. I have some allocation to Sui, Link, A few other things. I've got some Pendle as well, and a whole bunch of other stuff, small amounts. But my largest holding is Ethereum, Solana, and Bitcoin. Huge amounts. I hold absolutely huge amounts of them. While the most powerful indicators you use, it's not about indicate. Look, I'm going to show this tell this to everyone else, right? Real traders, people who make real returns from this, because a lot of people will look for things like, I'll show you in the Alpha Hunters group, of course. A lot of people look for visual cues on who is successful in trading. They look for the cars, they look for the houses, they look for all the things that visually make them want to get to the next stage. But real traders are not like that. If you guys were in the Alpha Hunters group, that talk that we had between me and KB, that's real traders. You guys saw it there. I mean, I gave you guys, I don't normally put the numbers of my how much I actually make on my trading, right? But I did it once, so you guys can see it. I don't like talking about it. But that last trade with the soul that we did today, I mean, the other day, you saw, it's evidence there. It's $5,175 I made. Today's trade was over $15,000. I don't need to show it to you. I literally don't need to show the stuff to you. Like, if you guys want to join. If you don't, you don't. It doesn't matter. I've made it extremely cheap, but I'm only going to increase the price of this thing. It's Netflix. It's the price of Netflix. It's the price of Netflix, and everyone's like, "But what do I gain for this amount?" Yeah, if that's what you're going to be saying, then fine. And when it gets to $150 to enter, then you guys will probably look at the value of it. But that's the thing. That's how real traders are. People who actually really make money in this industry. It's not about. Strat has a level, right? But I'll explain it to you this way. A strategy that you see everywhere is a strategy that will not work. I want to see that, explain that to everyone one more time. A strategy that everyone talks about and that you see everywhere is a strategy that does not work because it's already baked into the algorithms. You saw today on that Sol thing, I was like, I knew this thing was going down. I knew it. But this market maker still tried to hunt the stop loss. But I was like, pfft. And then I went back in again. That's the way it goes, right? That's the way that you need to understand what's happening, because it's not about indicators. It's not about this. It's what gives you and the way you trade the right understanding of how to trade, and it's all about experience. You have to keep trading and playing. That's it. And what do you think the bottom for Bitcoin was already? And do you think the Bitcoin for bottom for euro is in? In my opinion, bottom has to look like it's not the bottom, so I would be surprised. No, that was a local bottom. That was a local bottom, Vexu, right? A bottom. Look, a bottom of. Okay, let me show this to you, and then I'll Shibubi out, right? I'll show you what a bottom looks like. An actual bottom looks like. What is this? What's going on here? Oh yeah, there we go. A bottom looks like this, right? I'll show you what a bottom looks like. A bottom looks like this. That's what a bottom looks like. How long is that? That's a chop for months. You're not live on TikTok. I am live on TikTok. My original TikTok got banned for human trafficking and impersonation of myself. So that's what I'm trying to see. Like, I was trying to see what it is. But if you guys want to see actually what's going on, I have a Discord group, Alpha Hunters. You can go and check on my link in my bio. I'm gonna be streaming there more often, because there's no point streaming here because I keep getting strikes. And the same people who are watching here are in the alpha hunters group. I'm not getting anything more than that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's what a bottom looks like. A V-shaped recovery. That is not what a bottom looks like. That's not a bottom. A bottom would be something on the level where we get to an area and this chops like this on low level, on a certain level for months. Hello, Olamende. How you doing? What's going on that side? Will you be pushing Fat Cat next round? Of course I am. As you can see, the price is holding extremely well. Let's not forget that, right? Extremely well. So you guys need to understand. It will be that thing where one day you'll look and go, oh, damn. That's the thing that you will understand. Like, you see that it's holding. We've had a 40% drop and the thing hasn't moved. So just so you understand. Everyone likes a nice bottom. Yeah, that's very true. But I wouldn't say this is the bottom. I would be very surprised if we are. But we will get a relief rally, in my humble opinion. Just to understand where we are, right? To be able to confirm, I see you bottoming very soon, then cruise and control. That's what I want to be doing. Other than that, I'm here giving you guys free alpha. And it was like, you coping, bro? I'm coping very well. Thank you very much. Appreciate everything of what you guys are talking about. You know, when people come and say that stuff to me, I mean, in my mind, I go, if I didn't enjoy what I do, right? If I didn't enjoy what I do, I could be like, yeah, whatever, man. It's it's so cool. I'll cope. I'll be coping, crying into my, anyway, whatever. How much though do you think that most alts can go before? But I could go a lot. It could go a lot, right? I don't want to sugarcoat it. It could go a lot. That's why it will be if Bitcoin gets down to these levels here, which is a possibility, because here is where the capitulation zone of long-term holders are, whale holders are. It really could go down. I'm not saying it really could go down there, right? If things get really bad, if there's a rate increase, it could happen. How do I join the Alpha Hunters group and Discord in YouTube? It's really easy. Just go to look. If you're on the tube, I'll show you how you do on the tube, right? I'll show you the tube. Why is it not working? Why are you not doing it? What? Build the kit. Oh right, okay. I was like, what? That's not my thing. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. You get to I'll put it on screen here. Right here. This is my live. That's not my live, obviously. Oh, 35 people. Fantastic. You go to my live, you go down here and you see this Alpha Hunters thing, like that. You click on that. Right? You come here. This is Alpha Hunters. Cool logo. I know. You guys have to understand how it goes. You go to this free section. There's also a paid one, but it's like it's Netflix, right? We're looking at Netflix values here, but this is gonna go up. Look, the end price of this will be $100. I'm just letting you guys know. So anyone that joins in as we go along will have that price forever. But this is going to get to $100 because our group is worth $1,000, let alone 100. And everyone can attest to that. There isn't a group like our one. I promise you, you'll get a lot of them that will chuck 100 trades at you, and maybe one might hit, maybe, right? Maybe. But yeah, you just go here, click there, and then you can go from there. Is that a British wolf? How did you know that? That's a good catch. The pro section of it will be $100. Right now it's at $19.99. It used to be $12.99, and I said everyone was like, nah. And now it's $19.99, and then it was like, nah. And it's $99.99, like, yeah, we'll go in then. That's how we know it's good, right? And you just go from there. That's it. Simple as that. And I'll say this, right? This is the number one thing. My number on this is 1,000 members. That's what I want to get it to. Anything above that gets a bit noisy. Once it gets to 1,000 members, I'm closing it. I'm not going to allow anyone else into it. 1,000, that's it. That's the thing. So that's what you guys wanted to look. I just showed it to you. What is going on? Anyway, so anyone that was on the TikTok, I just stopped the live for inactivity. Just so you guys understand. Just so you understand, this is how annoying TikTok is starting to get. It's starting to make me lose my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Honestly. First, I get banned for human trafficking, right? Secondly, I get banned for not being myself, and now it keeps disconnecting me from the live because I'm being inactive. I'm telling you, it's probably some sort of torture device. I've never come across a program that is made to infuriate you as much as possible. I think they purposely do it so they just infuriate you into just leaving. You're just like, you know what, I'm done. That's why I want to move it. That's why we have like superior things such as YouTube that will that are here that can protect us in this environment, because it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I actually might start streaming on Instagram. Crazy. It's almost like they're doing it you a favor. Look, I've never come across it. It's telling you it's your bedtime. I've never come across something so ridiculous in my whole entire life. I'm literally talking to you guys. Oh, inactivity. Yeah. Yeah, we got people working here, innit? Yeah, none of this AI stuff. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, that's it. But you guys enjoying the Alpha Hunters group? That's the main question I wanna ask. One second. Are you guys enjoying the group? TikTok has just dropped your live again. Does my head into it's the most unbelievable thing ever. I got stopped for being inactive. Did a good show on Salted. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if you listen to KB, look, you need to listen to KB's lives, right? Because he's very, very good. The reason why I brought KB into our community, I just want everyone to understand this, is that I wouldn't bring people into our community if I didn't vet them first, right? And he gets to the same results as I do, but in a different way. And he does it live with you guys. So you can learn a lot from him. I was just watching on TikTok. Crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, just follow me here. It's so much nicer. Look how much nicer it is. It doesn't feel like there's insanity going on. You can actually see what I'm talking about. It's more chill. I don't want to like nosedive and backflip off a building. It's all the good stuff. Looking forward to the learn section, but will be worth. Oh, my friend, it's the learn. When we start getting into that, you're gonna see. There isn't it's $20, man. It's $20. I know it might be a lot for some people, right? But the average cost of a good group is like over $100. It's over $100, and they don't give anywhere near the value. Oh, I just saw my streamer. It's looking good. Damn, I look like I'm. What's it called? What was that guy? Alex Mimosa. Am I mixing up two different people? What are they called? The Mimosa twins? What's that called? The Shaniqua twin? I don't know. One of those ones. But yeah, the stream's looking good. Told you I was doing a setup. But yeah, there we go. I also, if you guys want to see a different version, it has a chair arrived. No, it's stuck in a port, right? It's stuck in a port. It's coming from the leather on it is Alcantara. It's the same on anyway, it doesn't matter. It's the same on something. shitcoin group charge more than they dump on their community. Of course they do. Of course they do. Day by day, we're all switching. I'm even on Alpha Hunters, and I'm an IT virgin. Yeah, well there you go. And look, you see, Me Mobile. You see how friendly the group is, right? That's the thing about this group that I really enjoy. I do not allow toxicity in there. I do not allow. No, it's not. I used to have a Bentley, but not anymore. Well, yeah, I did. And long story. It's for something else. It's on my holiday car. I used to have. I mean, I don't allow toxicity in that group at all. Everyone is there to help. If you have a question, you ask it always. If anyone says anything different, then they will leave, not you. Yeah, I don't allow it. It's not a place to vent. It's a place to learn and be in safe hands, and get angry, get happy, do all the things that you need to do. It's the way it is, and you learn and you try. Even if you do little trade, and the copy trading is starting tomorrow. KB's copy trading is starting tomorrow. So you guys gonna be, you literally gonna be paying Netflix, and Netflix gonna be paying you back. It's so stupid, honestly. Our group is too stupid. I don't. That's what I mean. That's why I'm gonna start increasing it. When I agree, just joined. Even a message from you, couldn't believe it. Yeah, that's. I mean, no. I will say this: if anyone asks you, or does a friend request you from the group, that's not me. I will never send a friend request to you. I will only answer you within the group. Always, I will answer everyone in the group. Anyone that has a question, I will get to it eventually, and I will answer it, or someone else will answer. And you have that group analysis section. Put your trade in there, and people will help you. It's just the way I like the group to be. I don't like it to be this sort of like, PvP type of thing. Copy trading is a great idea for all people who are working while KB is streaming. Yes, I know exactly. He just and he will do he's a really good trader and a really good guy, right? And I'm kind of sort of, I like the guy. So I want to make him, mentor him a little bit to get to a stage where people can understand his value. Because I like to give people who are good at something and actually have value and are good people. That's what's important, right? And we'll get there. It's not bad. I mean, 2 weeks we're already on almost 200 people. So, as I said, 1,000 and I'm cutting it. I'm not going to be. I can't be dealing with like 20,000 people on. I just can't deal with it. Everyone's you know what I mean. So that's the way it was. Maybe we'll do. We'll see. I mean, maybe I think it's 1,000 to the pro bet. The rest I might do more. But anyway, any questions? Anything you guys want to look at? By the way, this streaming comes with a free singing by himself. Yes, he's an amazing singer. He does like this. God, I like him. He's a cool guy. But yeah, that's the thing. That's where we are. All right. So if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna bid you guys adieu. Right. I will have a more in-depth type of a stream on the Alpha Hunters group tomorrow. So if you guys want to join, as I said, it's free. That's what I think when I say it's free, people won't join. That's why. And soon, I'm maybe next week I might increase the price. I think I might do it on a monthly basis. Every month I'm going to increase the price of this thing until it gets to 100. Do you expect a rally? I think we already are in relief, but I think so. Yeah. I expect on the short term this to go up. We go up because we're coming to a support zone. We're coming to a support zone at this present moment, especially I look at Bitcoin because it's where we are. It's the leading indicator. But as I said, look, it has to, for it to be a continuation. Look, let's go a bit higher. No, that's too high. It has to go above the 71,400. It has to go above 71,400. Welcome to the Root Vexu. Yeah, thank you for your alpha tonight. Get some rest. We need you again tomorrow. Of course, I'll be there. You guys do what you guys need to do, and when I'm not around, you can do what just be a community. My favorite thing in the world is to have a thriving community. Talk, chat, talk about baking if you want to. Talk about what trading styles you do, and anything you want to do. Just make sure that you are there being active if you want to be. Keep it an area, because we're all going to be, as time goes by, when we get to months and months of doing this kind of stuff, what does the paid group include? It's not what the paid section includes my trades, copy trading. We have the learn section coming up where we're going to be teaching how to what we're talking about and beginning and stuff. And on top of that, you'll be able to go on to live trading with KB, and he will show you what he's doing as it's going along. You can do the trades as you go along and learn in that manner. It's amazing. Trust me. There aren't groups like this. It doesn't exist. I've been many. I've seen a lot of it. I've done my research, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I would say. And it's like Netflix, man. Try it for a month. It's not gonna be the end of the world. It's not like you're locking into a mortgage. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, just cancel the thing. It doesn't. You know what I mean? That's the thing. And then copy trading, you just put like your own things in there. You sign up to the WeX, and what's his name? KB will be trading for you, and money will start going up. You're like, wait, what's happening here? You know what I mean? That you understand? It's such a silly system. But that's the thing. That's what I would say. Yeah. As I said, I want to make it into a community. That's what's important to me. And as time goes by, as we're there for, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and we're getting into a point where we're really understanding how we do it. Everyone's understood how to trade, and they're making money, and they're doing all the things that they need to do, and all that kind of stuff. But we're gonna have to we'll be a full community then. I can't see anyone canceling after they see what's behind the curtain. Yeah, I appreciate that, Cryptus. But that's the thing. Once we start getting to those levels, we got to be playing as a team, and I love that team. Trading is best when it's a team. When you guys start scanning, like when I'm scanning at the moment, when I see a trade, I do it, right? But when we have 1,000 people scanning the market, and you know how on the lives we see someone comes and goes, oh, what about this? And I look at it and go, that looks good. When everyone starts scanning that way, right, and puts in a coin, I actually might open up a scanning section, right, where people can scan, and if they see a potential play, they can put it into that group, and we will pick it up, and we can try and do a trade and see whether it's a good trade or not. That's what we're going to get to, because I'm telling you, 1,000 people looking at potential trades and finding 10, everyone benefits. It's a simple club that I want to build. That's the idea of what I want to do. Community is everything. I'm not here to just, as I said, in the past 2 days, I've made $20,000. I don't like talking this way, but you saw I put one of them in there so you guys understand. I don't ever like to put that. I don't even put any of my P&Ls in there because I don't like to do that kind of stuff. But I want you guys to see what is possible. There, done. You know what I mean? You trade Solana meme coins? Yeah. So Lee, right? Lee, who's on holiday at the moment. I don't know where he is. Here he is. I think he's in the Seychelles or something like that. He's in somewhere exotic. You guys, that's one thing. So when he comes back, he drops in memes every single day, and he's a mad memes trader. He's incredible at what he does, like truly incredible. Like you know what I mean? You'll see. Ask anyone who's there. Like you see his trades. Just go to the meme section. You'll see all the memes. He's in Thailand. There we go. When he's coming back in 2 weeks' time. When he comes back, he's gonna be like, let's go with a tan. You know what I mean? Let's go with a tan. And when he's let's go with a tan, then we'll start playing on that side as well. A lot of stuff is going to be happening. When we see, he's an ultimate meme coin scanner. He actually trades the stuff. It's not like these groups where they create it and then they want you to buy and then they dump it on you. That's not how he does it. He actually scans the market to see what it is, and he's a part of hundreds of groups. And he knows what is going on and what's talking, and he talks to the devs and all this kind of stuff. He's a real asset, the guy, absolute asset. But yeah, that's where we go. All right, let's call it a day, and let's see what happens from there. I mean, look, Bitcoin is bouncing, as I said, which is good. But remember, it needs to pass that point. If it passes that point, then we're Gucci. If not, we're not Gucci. All right, take care, guys. Appreciate it. Love, peace, affection, all that kind of stuff. Take care.